Hello folks and welcome to Acre Dirt Kart TV, looking to a show that's going to promote an exciting form of motorsport that's certainly growing right across Australia. My name is Wade Oranger and with me is a multiple state, and I say like something like 20 odd state titles, and a 7-time national title holder, Ben Brown. Ben, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much, Wade. It's good to be here.
What a fantastic sport you guys have. There are literally hundreds of karts in this form of sport across Australia.
Yeah, there are. It's been growing over the last few years, and it's just getting bigger and bigger every year, so it's great.
Over 1,000 karts.
There is, yeah. Drivers registered in Australia. It's over 1,000. Yep.
And that's only between Western Australia, South Australia, and the Territory right now. Queensland's
right.
just coming on stream.
Yeah, Queensland's just joined the association this year, which is even better to make it a national sport. So.
Now, just 2 weeks ago, you and I were in the red centre of the country, along with 120 other kart drivers. A massive event, the NT Titles, of course, honouring one of the great commentators of the sport in Brian Joy, who passed away last year. That's a big entry list considering you went all the way to Alice.
Yeah, that's right. It always is a big entry up there. They always get good numbers from here and WA as well.
There's a bit of a shot on our studio just then of the track itself from an aerial point of view, thanks to Danny Orr, who hired a chopper just to get an aerial photo.
Yeah, that's great. He does a lot of work for the club up there, which is great.
Now let's talk about the entry-level stuff for this sport. There are rookies, kids as young as 7 years of age.
There are, yeah. Obviously, you can start when you're 7 and goes right the way through to...
Till you drop off the perch.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
And you can race across so many different parts of the country. I mean, we saw a couple of rookie competitors in the Alice Springs. Oh, look at that photo. Brownie. A bit of model action there. At the.
You made me do that.
Oh, major. You loved it. There's Benny Disbury as well, styling it up. There's so many great young competitors in this sport, isn't there?
There is, yeah. No, it's really good to see. There's getting a lot of young kids, and their old mans and that are getting really serious about the racing, which is good to see. So.
It's a big family sport. That's one thing that I noticed straight away was there's mums and dads racing, there's brothers and sisters racing. A good example to use, well, there's the Joy family racing there at the moment. The Tranters. How about those guys? Yeah. Amazing.
That's right, yeah. Well, God, was there 3 or 4 of them racing at the moment? They're all doing sort of 2 or 3 karts each, so they've got a lot on their hands when it comes to a title meeting.
And Tegan Tranter, she is a gas-it-up little girl, isn't she?
She is, isn't she? Yep, she was gives her brother a run for his money.
Now, you've been racing this category since you were how old?
Since I was 7.
Wow, so just how old now?
23.
Oh my goodness, 16 years. So you should be fairly good at it by now.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
Of course, you and your dad, you're the proprietors of Brown Racing Karts. Lightning Karts are your main rival. There's 2 main Aussie manufacturers.
Yeah, that's right. Us and Lightning have obviously been involved a long time. Yeah, it's a really good rivalry that we got going on. So.
What a massive industry. I mean, it's really growing.
It is, yeah. Since even we started, all that time ago, it's just each year it seems to be getting, just recently, it's probably the last 5 or 6 years, it's been really getting bigger and bigger every year.
That's little Zach Sloan we just saw just then. Of course, Justin Sloan, a fairly handy sprint car driver in South Australia. There's a lot of speedway influence in this category, isn't there?
Yeah, there is definitely. There's a lot of young kids, obviously, that can't quite race speedway yet, that have a go in go-karts before they head on to speedway. So.
Let's talk a middle of the road category, and I don't mean that in any specific way. Like KT Medium, for example. What kind of money, if someone wanted to walk in and buy a brand new kart, what type of money would they have to spend?
Yep. Brand new off the shelf, you're looking about $5,000 for a KT setup.
And that's pretty affordable motor racing.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Tyres and things like that, are you guys hard on the rubber? I mean, you would be.
Yeah, again, it depends on the track and all that, the conditions. But it's pretty good on the tyre wear, so it's not like every race you have to put a new set of tyres on or nothing like that. So.
Western Australia has the Australian title coming up, of course, October long weekend, late September, early October at Busselton, a great spot in South Western Australia.
Yes, yep.
Who is the superpower of racing? Who is the toughest state?
Well, to be a bit biased, obviously it has to be South Australia.
Hang on, where's Jared Moore from?
I have to say SA.
Well, and why? What do you base that on?
Oh, well, he's been here for 28 years and I've been there for 6 months, so they can't claim him yet.
No, okay. If it was a state of origin deal, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
There are the Burfords, there are, of course, the Browns, there are the Jared Moores, but there's a lot of girls that race as well, and very strong.
Yeah, there are. There's getting more and more every year, and they're getting faster and faster, which is good and bad, I suppose. Rebecca
Rawlings, of course, from the Alice, she runs a 200 open. Yep. Those things, the double tonners, they are quick.
Oh, they are. Yeah, they're by far the best class to race for just as far as the horsepower goes, it's great.
Now, Jared Moore was saying to me that he believes that if you put a sprint car driver into one of those karts, even they would be impressed.
Yeah, I'm sure they would be, definitely, yep.
How many karts are we talking, like, class-wise, across the sport?
Oh, across the sport, there is probably across the board 12 different categories that you can race in.
Oh, okay.
So,
And what about tracks in South Australia? How many would there be, roughly?
tracks in South Australia, there are a dozen tracks in South Australia.
That's a lot of tracks, isn't it?
It is, yeah. No,
That's
definitely
remarkable. Western Australia, of course, having the title. Is it a rotation system, or how does it work?
No, with the Australian titles, it's on a vote sort of thing. So each club that wants to host it sends in their application, and then AGCA have a vote on it, and whichever club gets the most votes gets the title.
There's some very passionate people involved behind the scenes. Bear Chalmers, a great example. There's a guy that has like 4 kids racing. It's amazing.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's been
and travels the country.
He does. Yeah, yeah. He's obviously at every sort of title event there is, and always comes across a week or two before and has a race, which is great as well.
There's Pat Merritt there, Pat from the Bordertown, South Australia area. Now, there's a good example of some of the angry old men, the statesman class.
Yeah.
What's that for?
The statesman's obviously over 40s.
Yep.
So yeah, there's definitely
Bit of glamour in the sport there too. There's Rebecca Rawlings.
yeah, that's it.
Something a bit different. She didn't quite miss the racetrack. That was a set-up photo just there. And of course the Joy Gang as well. And there is young Beth Simpson. She's a hell of a little racer.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's come a long way in the last sort of 12 months as well.
Okay, why race this particular form of motor racing, Brownie? Why should people put their kids through it, or why should maybe a hobby racer get involved?
Oh, well, it's fun for the whole family. I mean, the son can race, mum or dad can race, and it's really a cheap form of motorsport as well.
And it's starting to get the dads can actually start to race against their sons now if they're in the same category.
Yeah, exactly, that's right, yeah. In the sort of KT medium and heavy, I know there are a couple of father-sons racing against each other, so...
It's AGCA Dirt Kart TV, folks. It's going to be a fantastic year ahead. They race predominantly, from February, March through to November?
Yeah, March to November, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Bit too hot during the summer, eh?
It is, yep.
Yeah, you've got to get to the speedway for that sort of stuff.
That's it.
It's a massive sport. You need to get involved. Check out the AGCA website for more information. We look forward to seeing you in weeks ahead. Brandy, thanks very much for your time.
No, thank you very much, Wade.
Ben Brown, a multiple Aussie champ, 7 times, and something like 350 state titles. Australian Independent Dirt Kart Association bringing you Dirt Kart TV.